Helium, and I'm not talking about the gas that makes your voice all squeaky. I'm talking about the crypto. I want to have a look at and do a sort of deep dive into the crypto and the founders themselves, who have a hell of a resume behind them. Before I do, as always, um, spreadsheets of the day. These were the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crash it in this bull cycle. If you'd invested $100 into each one at the time of recording and video release, you would be up $18,000 from a $2,600 investment. That's not bad. I'm not in. I'm in very few of these anymore. If you want to see exactly what I'm holding, go to Copy My Crypto, and you can see the true benefits of all the coins that I hold, as well as the long-term perspective of them all. Right, so Helium. Now, currently trading at $13.43, market cap of 1.1 billion or nearly $1.2 billion. And if you're unfamiliar, it is effectively to do with changing the decentralized infrastructure of wireless technology. Now, before I get into that, I actually do want to talk about the guys that created it, the founders. So, firstly, I'm going to talk about Sean Fanning. Now, if you're familiar with the name, that is because Fanning developed Napster. Yeah, do you guys remember Napster? God, I used to love it. But yeah, Napster was the music sharing service in the late 90s, which is, you know, a hell of, like that in and of itself is fairly impressive. Amir Halim is a huge esports and game development background, and Sean Kerry was, well, was in multiple development roles within the company Ware, which was eventually acquired by PayPal. Although PayPal have ended up acquiring a hell of a lot these days. So the whole idea of Helium was basically connecting or helping to enhance the communication of the Internet of Things devices. And when we actually look at what their technology is, it's very different from anything that you've seen before. So traditional cryptos, you've seen proof of work, proof of stake, and that's not what Helium uses. So Helium uses what we call proof of coverage. So it's a new algorithm which basically allows nodes to reach consensus when connection quality is variable. So the major issue, obviously, within wireless tech generally is I on my road, my wireless will be different from someone else's, even though we're on the same road. Depends on the provider and everything else, right? Now, what I like about Helium is they've got a two-token model. So HNT is the Helium token, but data credits is what you use to pay for transactions on the network. And I like that. I like that. It's a separation of the tokens. Now, Helium actually is looking towards enhancing connectivity for wireless internet as well. So if you look, and if you compare the cost of Helium for data coverage compared to AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, far, far, far better, far more affordable. It's something that legitimately is looking to change the world in the sense of enhancing everyone's experience with the internet, enhancing everyone's experience with IoT devices. And like I said, in terms of payment, you can simply, you will pay with data credits. So that's something that can't be transferred either. So your data credits are what you are literally individualized. So say you've got two devices, the device transmits a packet, let's say every, let's go 20 minutes. Oh God, 20 minutes. Total cost for devices per day. Let's go that. Look at that. And even if you go every minute, just literally, you've got two devices. Each device transmits a packet every minute. Less than 3 cents a day. So per year, $10.51 for using the Helium network is literally about making everything affordable. And there is real potential here that a network like this changes the world. Um, I don't know about you, but I spend a butt ton more than $10.51 a year on my devices. So yeah, and it's so that what they talk about is everything needed to manage devices and transfer data is included with the cost of connectivity. Companies only pay based on data usage. Calculate the costs based on the number of devices and how often they send data. And by the way, that that's a lot of data that would be being sent. Like no one uses that much. No one. Even the people that spend their lives on Instagram do not spend that much time on data. Now, what I am also quite positive about as well with Helium is they're opening up a stake platform. So, there's mine, stake, and use. Now, to mine crypto, or to mine it, the People's Network is powered by an entirely new incentive model made by the Helium blockchain. So, you can mine the Helium token by installing a device on your computer, and that's it, right? It's literally made so that anyone, anywhere can mine it. Very, very easy. Bear in mind, there's still how many tokens? We've got about 150 million still on the way, just shy, 145, right? Million tokens still to mine. Now that's going to be over the next 29 years. But you can literally install it and start and get cracking straight away. You can also buy a particular miner. It's a cost that you may not want though. And where's stake? Let's show you stake. So stake can become a validator. So you can literally begin staking immediately. The process is very, very simple. But to run a validator requires a stake of 10,000. Now, that pretty much prices almost anyone out because that's $134,000 cost. Not many people are going to be in a position to do that. But mining is certainly the way that people want to go. And like I said, mining is literally installing some software on your computer. If you want to bolster your mining ability, obviously you can do you can buy the hardware. Now, within the Helium ecosystem, what I'm really positive about as well is the actual integrations that have already happened. Now, Helium, generally, the integrations are far less crypto-centric. What Helium's looking, like I said, the whole premise and the whole idea is to change the world, is to change people's access, to change the cost of using IoT devices, of being able to, of connectivity and data usage. So there's a lot less crypto-centric projects, but there are projects that are just focused on trying to improve the world. So as an example, Airly. So Airly selected the People's Network, which I do like as a sort of tagline for Helium, to track air quality around the globe and help provide the data and tools to combat air pollution, right? Careband relies on Helium for its wearable connectivity. Careband combines cutting-edge location tech along with presumably health monitoring for people in care. All of these things are projects that are working towards an improvement in the world, which is good to see. it's good to see. And while it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be like, I'd like to see more. I'd like to see a few crypto projects building on Helium, um, but I like the fact that these sort of projects that are trying to help improve things are using it. You got pet tracking, Invisaleash. They're doing pet tracking using the Helium network. Um, yeah, there's tons and tons and tons. Um, like I say, I mean, Helium's actual ecosystem is enormous. It's just it's less. There's less crypto projects. If if you actually look at the ecosystems currently in place within crypto, obviously Ethereum's the daddy, but then you've got like Binance, like the smart chain, obviously is massive. Elrond, very big. Um, but a lot of the projects, you look at Cardano, not even really got an ecosystem up and running yet. Um, Helium's one of the top ecosystems. It's just that there's less to do with crypto. But is that a bad thing? I don't think long term it's going to affect the price in terms of having less crypto projects on it. Particularly if any of these pick up huge momentum um, within the media. It only brings positive um, eyes on the Helium ecosystem. Um, so yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Um, and obviously, as technology improves, the Helium ecosystem should actually be phenomenal in terms of improving along with it. So yeah, so this was what I was talking about. So they use a burn and mint equilibrium token model. So HNT and data credits. So HNT is the crypto earned when hotspots provide and validate wireless coverage and transfer device data over the network, right? That's your payment. That's what you're paid in if you're using the network or you're validating, sorry, the info over the network. Data credits are used by devices to send data on network. Data credits are created by burning HNT, are non-exchangeable and tied to a single user. That's what you're paying with. Yeah. And another positive, I mean, I'm less concerned about or less worried about this stuff, but in terms of um, net emissions effectively recycle a pool of burned HNT available for use in rewarding hotspots when there are no longer enough provided through minting. Net emissions are capped at 1% of current issuance. So the system monitors DC usage or data credit usage on the network and adds that amount onto the issuance supply. So this is just your sort of backup in case it's all gone. Yeah, but I like it. It's a good plan. And like I said, it's going to take 50 years or so for everything to have completely been issued. So you're looking at they got up and running in about 2013 that they started building it. So you're looking at another 42 years. So plenty of time. In terms of long-term potential, helium, there's no reason helium couldn't be a $50 coin. I mean, even if total supply, the total supply will be hit, like I say, in a long while. But even when that hits at $50, you'd be looking at a total market cap of a trillion, um, which is a lot. But given that you're looking at probably 40 plus years down the line, we're probably going to end up be looking at a number of cryptocurrencies that are over the $1 trillion mark. Bitcoin already did it this year. Ethereum and Bitcoin will be doing it inevitably. The bull cycle gets up and running and kicks off again, which I think a lot of us are expecting. Ethereum could break a trillion this year as well. 4 years down the line, you could probably add Binance and Cardano in there. Well, Binance, maybe not Cardano. We'll see. Um, but yeah. Long term, very bullish on Helium. Its highest ever price was like $19.51. So not dramatically down. Might not be the best entry point, um, especially given the amount of cryptos that had huge bleeds in the last month. I think what was it? VeChain's like a third, currently a third of the price of its all-time high, which was only about a month and a half ago. So there's lots of projects that have got better entry points. But Helium as a long-term coin, you know, crypto is meant to change the world. That was the whole idea, and they're working towards it. So I like that a lot. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you're all doing wonderfully well. I know everyone in England are at the moment. And if you're brand new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. Like I say, you want to see the coins I'm holding, and the massive, massive benefits and the long-term perspective for those coins. It's an opportunity to make some serious cash, particularly given that everything is currently on massive discount from the highs of only a few months ago. All right, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.